Leah, I don't know where you are, but Zoe is coming over in like an hour.
Really? That's a surprise because she only visits on holidays. Did something happen?
Nope, she is actually going to be living with us from today.
What? Wait, doesn't she live with her husband?
She got divorced and has nowhere to go.
This is too sudden. But you are really nice to let her live at our house. This is until she finds a new place, right?
Of course not, she'll be living with us permanently. I invited my parents over to live with us as well because it'll be easier for them and we can help each other when something happens.
Your parents visit us every weekend. Do they need to live with us?
Yeah, because they live about 2 hours away and Zoe needs them, especially now.
It's a good thing you love your family, but why didn't you ask me beforehand? There are things you need to think about.
I thought that you were okay with it, plus what things?
Like space? There isn't enough space for all of us, plus I work from home and I don't want people making noises while I have meetings because I won't be able to focus. Also, money? We can't financially support everyone.
Yeah, and why don't you just find somewhere else to go, like the library or your friend's house for your job? About the money, how about just finding another job? Don't you know that my little sister is heartbroken now and needs our support?
I can't go somewhere else because my company has strict security to prevent info leakage. Are you serious about the job? I work full-time, unlike you, who only works 2 times per week. So why don't you find another job?
Yeah, I work 2 times per week, but longer hours than you, so that's enough for me.
There are people who work full-time like me who work 8 hours 5 times per week.
Don't you just sit there and do stuff on the computer, though? I use physical strength, so I gotta take a rest a few days.
Yeah, but I get tired mentally, but I just shake it off and work. Working's not easy, you know? You're just slacking off and think it's okay because you can rely on me whenever you're in trouble.
Hey, I'm not slacking off. I work hard, but I sometimes need help. Why don't you experience my job once, then you'll know.
You have to be responsible for your own life sometimes, you know? If you say that, why don't you experience mine also?
It's just copying and pasting and typing, so it should be easy peasy.
We're not going anywhere with this, so let's put this conversation aside and focus on your family living with us.
You brought this up. Look, if you want to complain about my family and my job, then why don't you just leave?
What, me? You're kicking your own wife out?
Exactly, my family comes first.
I'm part of this family too.
No, you're not. Seems like you don't want my family to live here, so I really don't care about you anymore. Why don't you just find a new place to stay?
I never said I don't want them here. I just told you let's talk about this once. Find a new place to stay? That's too sudden.
If you can't find anywhere, then how about that doghouse in the backyard? It was Oreo's, but he passed away 5 years ago and I left it there. He'll probably fit because he was a large breed.
Are you being serious right now?
Yep. Hey, living in a doghouse doesn't sound that bad.
You're pissing me off, so I'll go talk to Zoe about this. Hey, Zoe, I heard you're moving back here. Is everything okay?
Didn't you hear anything from Hike? Of course not. Yes, I'm going to live there from today, so did you pack your bags? You're gonna leave, right?
What? You want me to leave also?
Yeah, because I only want to live with my family, so it's gonna be a problem if you're there. I told Hayek about this, and he said that he would look into doing something about it.
He happened to talk to me about that something a few minutes ago.
Oh, really? Well, now you know. Can you hurry up and leave?
I need about 2 to 3 days to pack my things because I work every day, plus it's too sudden.
Do you even have things to pack? I remember you being a minimalist. I can help you if you want. That way you can leave earlier.
No, that's fine. I don't like people touching my stuff. Can I tell you one thing that I want you to do? Things have changed at your parents' house, so you should talk to them instead of your brother because he's an idiot and probably won't understand how serious it is. After you hear everything, you probably can't kick me out.
What things? Are you saying this because you want to stay there?
No, it's just that you should know the truth.
What truth? I bet it's an excuse for staying at that house. It's my house, so please leave.
You're saying the exact same thing as Hayek. Let me guess. Are you gonna tell me to go live in the doghouse too?
No, but that's such a good idea. Hayek is a genius. You will be living here, but outside, so I don't need to see you.
So you agree with him. I thought you were a kind person, but boy, was I wrong.
I don't care about your opinion and don't want to argue right now. My husband pissed me off and I'm heartbroken now. I just want to spend time with my family.
Okay, whatever. But I think you'll face problems later on, though.
What problems?
You'll see.
Did you pack your bags? Hurry, cause Zoe's having problems with you staying at our house. Leave the house as soon as you come home.
Can't believe you had the nerve to move all of my stuff into the hallway and gave her my room.
I thought that moving your stuff was gonna be easier for you.
I hate it when somebody touches my stuff. I've been telling you that since we dated. I also wasted my time arguing with you and driving to my company when I had time to do work instead. About the room situation, you could have just said something like, "Hey, this used to be her room and she feels comfortable, so can she have your room?"
So, that's not my problem. I don't need to ask you that because you won't live here anymore. Hey, there's some things in the room that are perfect for Zoe right now. A good speaker so she can listen to her favorite songs, a small meditation room, ooh, and a few aroma candles.
Yeah, something that I bought. She can have those if she pays for it.
She's heartbroken now, so aren't you nice enough to give it to her?
I would have let her if she wasn't a bitch to me.
She's not a bitch, she's just stressed out. Why don't you buy the same thing then?
You seriously have no common sense. Don't you usually ask the person who bought it first to see if it's okay to give away their stuff?
It's my house, so whatever's in this house is mine, and I have the right to decide, okay? Understood?
Wow, what happened to you? You were so nice at the beginning, but you turned into a scumbag. Fine, she can have those since I'm a nice person. I'll leave this house when I get home, but I'll ask you one more time. Are you sure that you want me to leave?
I never changed, you just think that. Thank you, yes, I want you to leave. I cleaned out the doghouse for you if you want somewhere to go.
I do have somewhere to go, so you didn't need to do that. I'll head home to get my stuff in a little bit and go to the clerk's office to file the divorce papers because kicking me out means that you want to get a divorce, right?
When did I fill one out?
A few months ago. You don't remember? You said, let's fill one out just in case if something happens.
Oh, did I? No, I don't remember that, but I was fed up with you anyway, so please go ahead. Thank you for doing it for me.
No problem. Are you 100% sure about this? You guys are gonna face problems.
I just told you that it's fine. I also know that this is a threat, so I have no problem with you leaving.
Okay then. If something happens, I won't help you, okay?
Yeah, hurry up and come home. Where the hell are you? Pick up the phone! Why are you ignoring me?
I don't want anything to do with you. There's no need to talk.
Who cares about that? Can you explain why we're getting evicted? Pick up the phone or come here and talk about this.
I don't want to listen to your voice or see you, so I'll explain it here. I sold the house. That's it.
What do you mean you sold the house?
Well, your parents asked me to be the owner of the house, and I've been paying the mortgage this whole time, so I can do whatever I want, because it's my house, right?
Wait, you're joking. Why did they ask you?
I'm not joking. They got hooked on gambling and got into debt, and since they still haven't paid it off yet, they asked me if I could help them pay for the mortgage. They didn't tell you because they were embarrassed. Also, you probably didn't know this, but they are borrowing money from me. If you don't believe me, why don't you ask them? Sorry, but I have to laugh because I can just picture what your face looks like right now.
Why didn't you tell me if you knew about this? How much are they borrowing from you?
About 20 grand. I didn't tell you because you never believed what I said, so I thought it was a waste.
This is something important, though.
Yeah, even if I told you, you probably will say it's just an excuse to stay at that house. I mean, all I did was sold something that I didn't need anymore. You've done the same things before online, right? Selling something to earn some money. It's the same idea.
It's not the same thing. How dare you sell the house without asking me?
Ah, now you understand how it feels like to know things in such short notice? That's exactly how I felt when you invited Zoe and your parents to live in the house. If you still want to live there, the only option is to buy the house.
Buy the house? This was my parents' house to begin with and should have been mine if you hadn't done something.
Excuse me, but whose fault is this? Even if you became the owner of the house, you probably couldn't pay the mortgage, so I did you a favor.
That's not true. I would have found another job or, I don't know, a full-time job.
I doubt that. You said that 2 times per week is enough for you, so I know that you would have had to ask someone for help. That doesn't matter to me anymore, though.
Wait, do my parents need to leave the house also?
Of course. Is there a reason for them to stay?
They're old! Are you seriously making them go through this?
Yes. Why don't you take care of them then? You're their son.
Yeah, I am, but...
Oh, right. You don't have money, so that's not possible. Let me talk to your parents then.
Why?
What do you mean, why? That doesn't matter to you.
Why am I getting kicked out? I thought you sold the house!
I canceled it because your parents begged me not to sell it. Plus, they still need to pay me back, so they made a deal with me. Find a job and pay me and the money they borrowed from me little by little and kick you out.
What? I'm so confused right now.
What's confusing? I canceled selling the house and your parents are staying, but not you.
Are you being serious right now? No, wait, how about Zoe?
Yes, I just talked to her and she said that she still wants to stay at the house. I know you're panicking right now, but it's funny how the family you care about don't really seem to care about you.
This is not possible. My family will never betray me. Where am I supposed to go then?
They just did. You're a grown adult, so why didn't you think about it?
Are you happy to make my life even more miserable? I already am getting the cold shoulder from my coworkers because they know about the divorce, and my friends cut ties with me, and I literally have no money. Do you know how I feel?
It's not good, right? Now, do you know how I felt when you told me to leave the house and live in the doghouse? I'm done with you, so good luck with everything, and you better leave the house right now.
It's not a good feeling, okay? I'm so sorry, Leah. Wait, why don't we just get back together, huh? I still love you.
It's too late now. Plus, you never said I love you to me for 3 years, so I know that it means let me stay at the house because I have nowhere to go.
That's not true. If I didn't love you, I would have divorced you a long time ago.
But you didn't because you were using me for money, right? You don't need to lie to me because you said you were fed up with me. I think that's why you were saying jokes to hurt and piss me off recently because you didn't need me anymore.
Hey, did you think that I was serious about living in the doghouse? I was really joking about that, and I'm sorry if I hurt you, okay? Let's all live together like before. I'll go to the clerk's office and cancel that divorce, okay? Sounds good, right?
Absolutely not. I don't want to live with an asshole like you. If you want to cancel the divorce, I'll call a lawyer to help me file for divorce.
Excuse me? I don't remember being one. What? Lawyer?
You were this whole time. I'm getting pissed off just thinking about what you did to me, so I'll divorce you no matter what. You probably can't pay for the lawyer, so why don't you give up?
Don't say that. Please help me. I don't have anywhere to live, and I'm so sorry for everything.
Sorry, but I really don't care at this point. If you can't find anywhere, how about the doghouse in the backyard?
Are you being serious right now?
Living in a doghouse doesn't sound that bad. You'll probably fit because Oreo was a large breed. Actually, you don't even deserve a doghouse, so why don't you live in a dumpster since you're trash? Hayek had no choice but to leave the house, and since he had nowhere to go and no money, he ended up being homeless. He quit his job because he felt awkward being there and is looking for a different job now, but is having a hard time since he only wants to work 1 to 2 times per week. He tries to reach out to me and his family, but everyone cut ties with him, so he's completely on his own. On the other hand, I'm living a stress-free life and even bought a dog and rebuilt Oreo's doghouse since it was a tad small for Hunter. I just hope that Hayek will not start living in it.
Hi, Marion, honey. What are you doing right now? I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty bored. Why don't you bring Victor over to play? Not like I have anything better to do. You haven't been coming back home recently, and Mom's been feeling sad. How about you fulfill your daughter-in-law duties for once?
I'm sorry, I'm still at work right now. I can't come. After I'm finished with work, I'm going to pick up Victor from school, and then we're going back home.
What are you on about? I can pick him up easy peasy. Just let me get my wallet and my keys and I'm good to go.
If someone who isn't the child's parent is coming to pick them up, they'll have to notify the school first. Otherwise, they won't let the child go with them.
Oh, come on, really? Oh, that's such a drag. I was doing him the honor of coming over to play.
Thank you so much. I'm sure he'd love to play with his Auntie Bailey sometime soon.
Enough about that. Isn't your older sister without a job, Marion?
What? No, she isn't jobless. She has a proper job.
But the job's only part-time, right? Oh, seems like she has too much time on her hands. Isn't she my age, actually?
Yes, I think she is. In case you're wondering, she's 38 years old.
And she's a certified recluse, I hear.
She was diagnosed with chronic depression, so yes, she was living at home for 2 years. But starting this year, she's able to go back outside. She started a part-time job that's going well.
This is so insane. It's actually funny. A pathetic, jobless recluse at this ripe age.
I'm telling you, Miss Bailey, she's not anything like you say.
It's not like she's married like I am. She's fallen behind in life, I must say. Oh, such a pity.
Could you please refrain from talking about my own sister that way?
You can't blame anyone for telling her so. It's the truth, after all.
Perhaps, but it's still hurtful and rude.
Well, I assumed she must have a lot of free time, so I thought I would become her friend.
What? You want to befriend my sister?
Oh, it's such a pity she's a recluse. So I thought becoming her friend would open up new doors, you know? And also, my free time can be used up spending it with her. It's literally the best win-win in the world, isn't it?
Clarissa's busy with her own life right now, and it's not like she has no friends. On the contrary, she has many. I don't think she needs any more.
Clarice, that's her name, right?
Yes, it is.
I think I met her once at my wedding, but I don't remember what she's like at all. Maybe she's just like you, without much of a goddamn presence.
What are you trying to say? In any case, you need not worry about Clarice, but thank you very much for your concern.
Oh, I'm so damn bored these days, Marion.
Is that so? Why don't you find a job then?
There's no way I'm gonna do that. I got married because I wanted to become a housewife, unlike your sister Clarice, who can't ever get married.
What?
I really cannot understand you, Marion. Going off to work even after getting married and having children? Just tell me, you don't exactly trust your husband, my brother. Now do you?
I appreciate all the accusations, Miss Bailey. But lest we forget, you're currently living away from your own husband, right?
You couldn't be more wrong. Grayson's only been reassigned temporarily.
He stopped by just the other day, to talk to us about something.
What?
You seem to be claiming that he'd been reassigned temporarily, but it seems to him that you've kicked him out of his own house. Your husband Grayson visited us to vent about how he wants a divorce, but you'll have none of that.
Wait, huh? This is news to me. We're only taking some time to work on ourselves. I plan to go back to our old life together with a little more time. We aren't living separately. He really has been reassigned. We're only living away from each other for a short time.
In his eyes, that's not how it seems, Miss Bailey.
It is what it is, damn it.
Do you really have no intention of changing the cause of this situation?
The cause?
I was told that you've been doing the housework since you married him 6 months ago, and you've stopped doing that completely, haven't you? And I hear the reason's because you're hooked on some video game. Is that true?
That's not true at all. Even housewives need some time off from their busy schedules, you know.
How can you be so busy if you don't do any of the housework? You found a game online that you think is fun and you play it all day long without cleaning any of the rooms and whatnot. And what's worse, you use his credit card to buy branded pieces of fashion. Grayson's been fretting over the bills because it just amounts to more than he can handle, you see.
If I buy branded items and then sell them immediately, it can be converted into money to use for the game. It's not like I'm paying thousands of dollars in liquid cash for these things. Don't you think it's a good way to make money?
That's called resale, Miss Bailey, and I believe that's a crime.
But still, it works. Because of it, I'm now a master at build games. And no, I haven't told Grayson about this, but I'm doing that these days. The credit card's been terminated, and I can't pay money for games anymore. And things have become pretty droll. That's why I'm bored. Bring Victor over, please. His auntie wants to spend some time with him.
What the hell are you talking about?
What?
Don't you realize you're on the brink of being left on the curb? Or are you actually feigning ignorance?
What the hell do you mean?
You go about pointing fingers at Clarice about her situation, but I ask you, who is the real jobless recluse?
I'm not caged up at home, you know.
And neither is Clarice. But in any case, it doesn't change the fact that you're at your house, wasting your days away doing nothing. Mrs. Attaway has been so stressed about how expensive the electricity bill's been, you know.
There's no way.
Getting comfortable in front of the heater at full blast, staring at the TV all day every day, watching programs and or playing video games, of course the bills are going to skyrocket.
That'll only be while Grayson's reassigned, and I'm gonna start doing the housework again when he comes back home.
I'm telling you, Bailey, it doesn't seem like a temporary reassignment to me, and I don't think he'll be coming back ever.
What? Did he say something like that?
Yes, he did. Looks like he set himself on a divorce.
You can't be serious. You're just mad because I said some funny things about your sister, right? Tell me that's the case.
I'm not mad, Miss Bailey. I do, however, feel like you're a pitiful human being.
How dare you? I'm not pitiful in any way, and I resent you for comparing me to a lowly part-timer approaching 40.
Clarissa's becoming a full-time employee starting next month, you know, and I remind you, she's exactly your age. Here's the punchline. Looks like Destiny's gonna hand you a red card sometime soon.
No, it won't.
And also, you've been cheating on Grayson.
What? What do you mean by that?
No use hiding it since Grayson knows about it already. Seems like he hired a detective agency and everything. My husband's been apologizing to him so very deeply day in and day out. But it should be you who apologizes, right, Miss Bailey?
When did this happen?
The day before yesterday, I believe. Isn't Mrs. Attaway not at home right now?
Huh? Now that you mention it, she isn't. But what's that got to do with anything?
She's gone to negotiate with Grayson, apparently.
That can't mean that Mom knows about it too.
I'm afraid she does. At the very least, she'd known about the fact that it was never a temporary reassignment.
But that's impossible.
You even go about lying to your own parents. And then they find out. What a shame, what a shame.
I can't contact Grayson. How can that be?
You've been ignoring him up until now, haven't you? He's told you numerous times he wanted to talk, but because you ghosted him, he gave up on that idea and reached out to Mrs. Attaway instead.
How did he even find out about my affair and even went on to blab to you about it? This is unbelievable.
Your partner's someone you met through online gaming, right? I was so surprised that you'd go about meeting this guy in person, you know?
You even know about that?
You're so lucky that all he ever assumed was that you were living separate from her husband. I applaud you. A jobless hunk approaching 40, dumped by her husband, and could be abandoned by her parents, too. Wouldn't you pity a poor woman like that? My husband and I have no intention of helping you, of course. You brought this on yourself, so you go fix it yourself, okay? That day, Bailey's husband told everything to Bailey's mother and informed her that he'd already discussed the issue of compensation with a lawyer. In addition to the compensation, which would already amount to something quite substantial, he would demand a full refund of all the money Bailey had used behind his back to buy branded fashion items. Of course, Miss Bailey doesn't have any savings of her own whatsoever. Furthermore, it was found out that she was lending her online gaming friend money through online transactions, and the money they both spent on the games had amounted to something frankly disgusting. Bailey's mother wanted to help her daughter out, but her father couldn't forgive her for what she'd done, and he was so kind as to carry the burden of paying compensation. Under the condition that Bailey find a good, proper job, otherwise she wouldn't be welcome to live at the house at all. Bailey never had much work experience at all, and she started job hunting with a heavy heart. But even her application for a part-time convenience store clerk, exactly like the one she'd been ridiculing, wasn't accepted.
Amelia? Today you'll be coming over here, right? That'll be perfect for me. So do you mind buying some bread on your way over? Seems that we ran out of all our white bread, so we'll need some more. LOL. Huh? Angie? Are you at your parents' house right now? And what if I am? This is my house after all, so being here is only natural. And right now my husband is away, so I decided to come back to my home so that I didn't get too lonely.
Is that so? I'll ask Dustin if we can stop somewhere so that he can pick up the bread you want.
Huh? I asked your selfish butt to take care of getting the bread, didn't I?
What? But we're on the road right now and we're almost there.
I'm not really keeping up with your guy's life or anything, but I do know you have a little package in your belly. LOL. But you should still be able to buy that bread for me. Next month you'll be having your baby, and so I'm sure you're not allowed to carry heavy things right now, though. LOL.
Bread? Heavy? Okay. And also the baby's already here.
Huh?
We ended up having our baby a bit sooner than the expected due date, and so today we are planning on coming there to show everyone the baby.
Huh? I never heard anything about this, though. Did you end up hiding all of this from me, you idiot?
About that. I know that you really don't like kids, so Dustin said we should wait for things to calm down a bit so that you don't get too upset with us. That's why we kept you out of the loop.
Shut up. You think you can just hide things from me because you're some dog? You need to stop screwing around, you idiot.
Angie, I'm not going to forgive you for that. I've told the police about this and will take you to court to sue you, so you'd better get prepared.
Huh? What are you going on about now? I have no idea what that all means. What do you mean you're going to sue me? I didn't do a dang thing.
You have no reason to be saying that now. When I brought my baby over to see their grandparents after we had only just gotten out of the hospital a few days ago, you came up to me screaming that you're supposed to have your baby first, and then you punched me. You getting sued is what has to happen now.
What? You're upset about that? I had to do it because you screwed around too much. It's your fault for keeping the birth of your child from me, so you're the one who should be blamed. You came here acting all high and mighty right in front of my face, which pretty much meant you were asking for a punch to the face. LOL.
I can't believe this. If I'd known you were actually going to be at your parents', I would have never come today.
Whenever I choose to be at my parents' house has nothing to do with you. And it's your fault for not asking before you both got on the road.
But even still, that doesn't mean you punch me for it. Especially when I'm carrying my daughter in my arms. If you've got a problem with me that you can't deal with properly, then you handle it when my baby isn't around. But to be honest, there is never a reason to be punching another person over something like this. You didn't even talk to me about any of this, instead choosing to just punch me without me knowing why.
You talk too much. Who the hell do you think you are? Are you trying to be a dog by having a baby before your sister-in-law? I can't just sit here and let a freak that can't follow the rules get away with something like that without getting beat up.
You're definitely never getting my forgiveness for any of this.
What are we going to do then? LOL. Should I be worried that the family idiot might try and do something to me anytime soon? LOL. It's not even like what happened is anything to even be that upset about. LOL.
You punched me in the face and sent me into the wall while I had my daughter in my arms, where she almost smacked her head on the wall.
And so what, Amelia? LOL. It's perfectly fine for someone like you to get punched every once in a while, right? LOL.
Andrew, can we talk right now?
If it isn't Amelia, what's going on? The last time I was able to see you was just after you had your baby. And ever since then, I've been wondering about you. This is your first time having a baby, so I'm sure you're getting tired out by now, right? Yeah, if you have anything you need help with, just let me know, and I'll be right over.
Thank you, Andrew. Actually, I do have something to ask of you.
Oh, alright. What is it? If you need me to go out and get you groceries or something like that, I'll be around every day.
Actually, I'm on my way to the hospital right now. Dustin is taking care of the baby right now, and I'd like you to grab my purse and things and bring them to me. And since you're my brother and all, I thought you'd be up to the task.
Huh? You're being taken to the hospital? Was there a crash? Are you doing okay?
I'm going to be looked at by the doctor right now, and I'll tell you all about what happened later, okay?
Alright. I'll head out right now, so just hang tight for a bit. Amelia, are you okay not having to be admitted? You took a bullet to the head, right? I think you staying in there a bit longer to be looked over is a good idea.
Andrew, the doctor told me already that I'll be fine. Also, I have to get back to caring for my daughter, so I don't have time to just sit around.
You really are one hell of a mother, huh? But if you're not doing well yourself, how are you going to be able to take care of your kid? Please don't overdo it, okay? You were already moving around a lot at the hospital as well, and while in the bed, you ended up falling asleep from being so tired that I didn't even catch all your story. Can you tell me what all went down?
Well, before I tell you about all that, I have one more thing to ask from you.
Oh? What's that? I'll do anything for you.
I'm sorry, but this doesn't have anything to do with helping out with my baby. I'd like you to become my lawyer. There aren't many lawyers around that I can rely on like you, and so this time I'd like to have you be there for me in court. I'm sorry for having to ask this from you.
Don't worry, I'll be your lawyer no matter what happened. But the important things that I need to know about relate to that injury you got. Wasn't from an accident, was it?
Right. Actually, today I took my baby to my in-laws so that they could see her face for the first time, and while holding her in my arms, I was punched by my sister-in-law. And when I think back on that, she used all her strength in that punch. She hit me so hard, it sent me back into the wall, almost hurting my girl in the impact. I made sure to do anything to care for her safety and used all my body to shield her. And when I woke up from everything, I was getting moved out of the house by the EMTs.
What? What the hell? What the hell was she thinking when she did that to my little sister and niece?
It's lucky that my baby didn't end up getting injured, and I came out of it not in too bad of shape. But because of how hard she punched me in the face, I have a black eye and a slight concussion, as well as some bad bruising on my back and arms.
What is wrong with her? I will not allow this. Wait, what about Dustin? What did he end up doing when that happened? The fact that this just happened to you and I never heard a thing from him yet, something's going on here that I don't like.
Dustin has always been on my side, Andrew. And for the longest time, him and his older sister have always been at odds. And I think because of the hate they have for one another, she used that against me today. She's done this before to him, punching him and all that. So I should have expected something.
Punching your own little brother all the time is already messed up.
Actually, when I asked her why she did this to me, she said she didn't do anything wrong. And then proceeded to blame it all on me. Saying that I'm a dog and a freak. Thinking that I'd get some sort of an apology from her after that was my bad.
Don't say that. What was she thinking, punching you when you only just gave birth and you were carrying your baby in your arms? There's no way she's getting away with that. Amelia, leave this to me. I'll make sure that anyone that finds it okay to hurt people, let alone you, finds themselves regretting their actions behind bars. She's going to right back to hell where she belongs.
Thank you, Andrew. When something like this happens, what should I do? I'm sure trying to stay away from her is the best choice, right?
I would never ask you to go anywhere near her after something like this, but we're going to need more evidence of her violent tendencies, and it's best to have a lot of evidence in court. I'll make sure to use your guys' texts as well as evidence. And I want you to start getting any other evidence that you might see as useful when we take her to court. Maybe go back to her another time and record the whole situation that unfolds. Just make sure that if things get dangerous, you run away this time.
Alright, I'll try my best. I'll make sure to leave my daughter at her grandparents' house and that nothing happens to her.
And I'll make sure to protect you both. I'm already pretty riled up as it is, but for the time being, you should take some time off to rest and relax. Then after that, We'll need all your strength to get the evidence that'll win the court case. Just make sure you're ready for anything from her. I'll be over tomorrow as well to check up on you again.
Angie, hello. Just as I told you yesterday, I've gotten myself a lawyer. And so with that, I'll make sure to crush you. I want you to be ready for when that day comes. Why would I be preparing for that? You're a freaking idiot. LOL. Stupid dogs like you always try to make yourselves look all big and tough, don't you? LOL. You're probably nothing but talk right now. LOL. And how could you even get a lawyer when you have no money right now? LOL. Do you not understand how much it'll cost you to take me to court? And without evidence, things won't end in your favor. LOL. But I guess some people are too far gone to be helped, huh? LOL. Angie, why do you have to go so far to treat me like that? I know that for a long time now you've had things against me, but you've never even talked to me before because you hated me so much. Well, I went to a far better university than my dunce brother, and I ended up marrying an elite. So, I have the right to pick on all of you lowlifes. You, on the other hand, came from nowhere with nothing but a high school diploma, and your parents are nowhere to be found, right? You and I are nothing alike. And like I've said before, you're a dog, and I'm your master. However, at some point along the way, you started to hide things from me, and now I've had to step up my game for your actions. Do you see now why I have to be extreme with you? Well, if you've been trying to put me back down, you've already shown me that by what you did the other day. But to be honest, I don't even remember hiding anything from you, Angie. Really? Are you really saying that right now? This is the reason that I hate talking to idiots like you all the time. Listen, you hiding from me that you had your baby before I could have mine is just bullcrap. There is an order to things in this world, and yet you seem to have never learned that. Did you not learn back in preschool about all of that? You have to follow the order, right? This is the reason you're like a dog, you freak! I can't do this. You've been married for 5 years now, and the reason you still haven't had a baby of your own is because you and that elite husband of yours don't get along too well anymore, right? And also your husband is overseas right now, correct? So the two of you can't even find the chance to make a baby right now. So I don't get why you think I need to wait for you guys when you're taking so long. Shut the hell up! It's your fault for not following the order and doing everything without my permission! Even with all the disrespect you've shown me, I'd expect a simple apology from you. I'm sorry, Angie. I was just in the hospital, and so I didn't get back to responding to you. For some reason, I was punched in the head yesterday, and so I wanted to get some tests done to make sure that I wasn't going to be fine. You're being way too over the top by going to the hospital for some small punch. And leaving me on red for so long really shows just how horrible a person you are. I think it's time I really start to teach you how to be a proper human. I've been thinking about this for a bit now, but I think you're making a mistake calling me a freaking idiot and a dog. I'm aware that my parents passed away a while back and that I only went as far as to finish high school, as well as being supported by my brother. But when did I ever tell you? I think you need to look in the mirror before you begin to talk to me like that. There's no point in trying to act tough now. LOL. I knew all of those things about you without the need to have you open your mouth. I was there when you had your brother around before you married, and he told me everything about you too. You were just too embarrassed to tell me about all that. And rightfully so, LOL. I'd be embarrassed too if I ended up with only a high school diploma and no parents around to help me anymore, LOL. And in Dustin's case, he always avoids me, so I was never able to learn about this stuff from him, LOL. Wait,
But could your brother have lied to me? Maybe he was just trying to make you look good when really you dropped out of high school. LOL. If that's the case, then I can completely understand you being as stupid as you are. LOL. I get it. That's where all of this started. Even though I never told you that my educational background is higher than Dustin's, you took what my brother said as the only truth. Huh? I already knew about the way you treated your brother when it came to his education, so I didn't want to start anything between us. That's why I never said anything to you about where I graduated from. As far as my brother telling you, I'm sure he was joking around at the time. And as far as my brother telling you, I'm sure he was just joking around at the time. And when it comes to Dustin, he has never cared about people's educational background. So I never even told him the truth in case he one day did accidentally let it out. You're telling me that you're better than Dustin when it comes to your education? Well, I know that you said you graduated from a university that's far higher up than that of Dustin's, so don't take this the wrong way. But if you think that's a good enough reason to pick on someone, then I should be the one picking on you. I mean, I graduated from somewhere even better than your school, LOL. Stop lying to me, you dog! Just because you've had a baby before me doesn't mean you can start acting better than me. Some jerk like you could never have graduated from college, especially one better than the place I came from. You need to go burn in hell. Stop trying to one-up me all the time, you disgusting waste of a woman! Andrew, I'm starting to get some things from her that can be used as evidence. It seems that Angie really does have something against me. I don't have anything super deep just yet, but I have some things showing that she truly does have it out for my baby and I. I took screenshots of everything, so I think you can use all of this, right? I want to make sure there's enough here so that I can protect my baby and make sure that a woman like her is never able to pick herself back up.
Great work, Amelia. You really got a lot of that done quicker than even I expected. She's going to regret ever thinking it was okay to harm my sister and my niece like that. Anyway, I'd like you to send me all those screenshots in a little bit. Even if we don't have a ton of evidence on everything that's happened, what we do have right now is good enough for me. I'll make sure to make your wish come true, so just hang tight a little while longer.
Is all this crap from some lawyer you're doing? What is all of this? I've got things here from the court, and even more things from your lawyer? What the hell is going on here? Did you really end up getting some money to do something? Because it seems that way.
Nice to meet you, Angie. I am one of the lawyers from McDonald's law firm. My name is Andrew. As of right now, all those documents that you've been given is due to the mistreatment of my little sister. And so this time, I'll be acting as her lawyer in this case.
Uh-huh. So you're that idiot's brother that I talked to long ago? So that must make you an idiot as well, right? LOL. I'm not going to let you fool me right now.
Although I am acting as the lawyer for my client, she is still my younger sister. I am not letting you get away with what you did to her. And since you committed the perfect crime, I'm going to make sure you're taken in for it.
Don't you even try to look down on me like that. There's no way a freak like Amelia could actually have a brother that's a lawyer of all things, LOL. I'm surprised to have gotten something from the court, but after thinking about all of this, I can see what's going on here. You must be that dog's secret lover or something. You have been trying all along to act as though you're her older brother, but I can see right through it all now.
Secret lover, huh? I'm sure that if that were the case, you'd be better off. But because I'm her older brother, that'll never happen. So don't even try saying something so disrespectful. My sister is an amazing woman, and she'd never cheat on her husband.
What are you talking about? You're disgusting. If you really are her brother, then why are you working so hard to protect her like you're together with her?
I think you understand the reason why I love my sister enough to do anything for her. The both of us lost our parents in an accident. At that time, we were given all the money from our parents, which let me get into college. But at that time, Amelia was still in high school. And so even though I was working to become a lawyer, I also made sure to play the part of her parent. I worked a full-time job while going to school, and I am so happy that all my work paid off, in raising such a beautiful sister. And so because of that, I can say that I really am in love with my sister more than anyone else, and I am willing to give it all for her.
There's nothing more disgusting than a man who is so in love with his little sister. You both should be fighting each other, not being all in love and everything. I can see now why the both of you are such freaks.
Well, if you think that my definition of love meant something sexual, then that's on you. But what's so wrong with my wanting to love my sister and care for her?
Huh?
In my case, the only family I have left is her. So wouldn't it make sense that all the love I have would go to her and nobody else? So that's why I care for her so much. And the only person that took that as meaning I was for some reason her boyfriend was you. You only try and pick at our lives even more and try to find more reason to treat us like idiots. So we're going back to the main point I was talking about. Due to recent events, you're being taken to court. I think it's best if you get yourself a lawyer soon. Now, I'll talk with you more on all this in the coming days. I don't have the patience anymore to deal with you, or else my head is going to explode. So I'm gonna take a break and let myself cool off.
Stop screwing around, you! What do you mean by take me to court? I haven't done anything wrong! You can't just try suing me for nothing, right? Are you listening to me right now? Listen to me right now, you freak! Listen to me, you dog! Are you really going to take me to court for my money? I get it now. If you go ahead and stop all of this court crap, I'll give you a small amount of money, and then you should be happy.
Hi, Angie. I was starting to think about texting you here pretty soon, but it seems like you beat me to it and are still acting like you were better than me. Why is that? Anyway, if you think I'm only in this for the money, you'd be very wrong. There's other things I want taken care of.
Huh? And what's that? I told you that I'd give you some money, and yet you still want more?
I don't really care what you try and do, but I hate you enough now to not hold back from taking you to court. But if you really want to handle all of this outside the courtroom, I want you to not only give me some money, but also apologize to me right in front of all the family. Of course, you'll also be apologizing to your mom and dad, but I want you to apologize to Dustin as well.
Oh, stop that crap, Amelia. You think you can get my parents and family to laugh at me? Why do you think I need to apologize to you?
Seems that you still don't quite get it. Whether we go to court or not, you're going to have to apologize for what you did. After all, you literally hurt me and almost hurt my newborn baby. And so, in that case, the right thing to do is apologize, right? But you seem to not understand that, which means there must have been something wrong with your education.
A dog like you has no right trying to make fun of me, you freak.
Well, I tried telling you how I wanted this all settled out of court, yet you still don't seem to want to listen to me. So I guess the next time we will see each other will be in court.
Stop that crap! I haven't done a dang thing wrong. This is all your fault, so why do you think I have to listen to what you've said?
Andrew, please let me pay you for all the work you've done for me. This is like you doing work in the office right now, right?
You're fine, Amelia. I'm doing all this work because I want to. And we're only getting to the good stuff now. I'll make sure to get as big of a settlement as I can from her, so just you wait and see.
I'm looking forward to the settlement from her. But that and this are a bit different.
Alright, then let's do this. How about, instead of paying me anything for helping you through all this, you just accept my work as a present for giving birth to your daughter. Even after all this, you'll need to be keeping your money, so consider this my present to you.
Andrew, come on. You really are too nice.
Only to you, right? You may not be living with me in this house anymore, but I'll never love you any less than I have before. So even after this is over, know that you can always lean on me for anything. Ah, and I think this case will go great for us. I don't think there will be any way she could defend herself against us. And hopefully all of this helps Dustin out as well. I'd hate for him to get upset over all this.
I'm sure he'll be thankful for what'll happen to his sister. But before you start to worry about me and him, remember that you need to get married yourself. You have both a great face and a smart head on you, so you shouldn't let that all go to waste trying to hang on to me. I have a house of my own now, and my own daughter. So you should start looking after yourself a bit and stop worrying about me.
Alright. I guess I could do that. But you have to understand, this whole time my life has been about you and my work.
I know that. You did everything you could for me, and I'm very thankful for that. But that's also the reason why after this, I'd like you to stop worrying about me and Dustin and work on your own life more. That's what'll make me happy.
Alright. I'll make sure to find someone that I can focus all this love of mine onto that isn't you.
Great! I look forward to it. There's no way this is happening.
What was all of that? Why was nobody listening to anything I said in that courtroom? You think I should just listen to that idiot lawyer of yours and settle outside the court with you? Everything is acting like they're better than me right now. You are going to pay for this, you jerk! I'm not going to pay anything to you after this.
If you'd like others to listen to you, then perhaps you should listen to all that crap you plan to say before you spew it all out. I told you already that this is all due to your childish behavior and that I'd never forgive you for what happened. And like I said when in that ambulance, I told the police about all of this. I think you'll be taken away by them soon, so be prepared for that.
Taken away? You mean into custody? You were being serious back then.
I was. The way you acted back then was dangerous for my daughter and I couldn't let you get away with that. So in order to protect my daughter, I had to become your demon.
Don't you start acting like you're doing any of this to protect that kid. I'm sure the police won't be able to get me. My husband has a ton of money, and I'm sure if I asked him, he could bail me right out of there. My husband may be working overseas right now, but the company he's with is from overseas. He has to work a lot all the way on the other side of the world, but he makes bank doing so. I'll make sure to use his money any way I can, and I'll be back out on the streets to come and get you. Too bad for you, you dog. I'll remember this. I'll make sure that you burn in hell with that brother of yours and your baby.
Well, that husband of yours has asked for a divorce recently, so I don't think you'll be able to afford anything.
What?
I don't think you understand me yet. I told you that I'll do anything to become your demon, and that includes getting your husband involved. Actually, even before that, I had a look into you and your husband a bit more, and I found out you'd been cheating on him. The man you've been with is a handsome-looking bartender, right? Amazing. You go out to him to drink fine liquor, and then after that the two of you go out and make love behind your husband's back, right?
Why have you looked into my life that much? That's my private life, you! I could take you to court for that.
You're too late, though. You're in the middle of going through the court system as we speak. LOL. And before you try and get your husband to understand you, I've already talked with him and shown him all the evidence. He may be overseas at the moment, but he can still get a divorce. So thank you so much for making all your trips with that bartender so obvious. It really helped me get more evidence than I'd asked for. So with him knowing all of this, prepare to get an earful from him when he tells you the news. Your husband also knows about how all the money he's been giving you has gone into that bartender, so he has every right to be more than angry. But even if you hadn't cheated on him, he also knows about the procedure you got to stop yourself from having kids. I always knew you hated kids, but never thought you'd take away your own ability to have them. LOL.
You think he's just going to throw me away for all of that? There's no way he could do that to me so easily.
Well, you threw him out first, right? So I'm sure you won't only be getting divorced from him, but he'll be asking for a settlement as well. Good luck paying for all the damages you've caused. And I think I'll let you know this right now. I have no plans of going easy on you with the money I ask for. And even if you do lose everything, you'll still have to find a way to pay me. This is your direct path into hell. I hope you have a wonderful time. LOL.
No! This can't happen! I'm supposed to be on top! I've been to a great school and have an elite husband. Why won't anyone come to help me right now? Hey! Can't you at least let me off this once?
After that, Angie tried calling her husband to cry and apologize to him, but he wasn't having it, and they became divorced. She also tried to run and hide from the police in the courtroom, but they were able to grab her just in time and take her into custody, where she was then told she needed to pay us. Along with all of that, her family finally had their say in the matter, and everyone chose to cut ties with her. She was not charged with assault in the end, as I told my brother to let that one go, because I want to see her suffer in this society. However, this did not stop us from getting a restraining order placed on her, and so she is no longer able to come within 500 feet of my family and I. She's now trying her best to work a job so that she can start paying off all her debt, and so these days you can find her in dirty clothes looking as though she hasn't slept in weeks. On the other side of the coin, I'm doing well living life with my happy family, and every so often my brother comes over to play with his niece. He only just started to look towards his own future instead of mine, but he couldn't help staying away from his new niece. So I'm sure that my brother won't be getting married for a little while yet.
Right now I'm in the middle of shopping for groceries. And what about you, Dominic?
I'm heading home to my parents' house. I've decided to make them my main priority now.
Your priority? What are you talking about?
I want to be back with my parents now, living in their house and spending time around them.
What? Why are you planning to live back there with them now? What about us here?
You will come with me and live with my parents here as well. Why would you ask such a stupid question?
But you can't just make a decision like that so quickly. I have a lot of things going on myself, and some of those things might require me to stay at our home.
What? Are you going to listen to what I'm saying then? Who is the one you should be thanking for giving you the life you have? I am the one you should be thanking. It's because of me that both you and our son, who can't support yourselves on your own, are even able to have a roof over your heads.
I understand that it's due to your income that we're all able to have a house and food on the table. But why are you wanting to go back and live with your parents now, out of nowhere?
Because my mom is 65 years old now, and my dad is planning on retiring soon. I can tell that pretty soon, his body isn't going to be working so well. So there has to be someone close to them to take care of them.
But the last time we were over at their house seeing them, they both seemed to be doing very well by themselves. I really don't think we should be forcing ourselves to move back with them and live there quite yet.
And if something really bad were to happen to one of them, would you be able to take responsibility for it?
No, I wouldn't be able to.
Then let's do as I've said. No matter what else you have to say to me, we're going back to live with my parents.
But what about your job? It'll take way too long for you to get into work every day from their house. They live so far away from here.
Well, about that.
Right? That's why we can't just get up and move all the way out to their house like you're wanting to. I'll make sure when I have more time to myself that I use it going over to their house to check up on them, okay? Will that help you relax a little?
Alright.
Thank you. Can you please go and tell your parents that?
I've decided that starting tomorrow, we're going to go back and live with my parents at their house. We're all going to be moving out of here, so come back home and start getting all of our things ready to go.
What are you talking about, Dominic?
What? Do you not remember anything from the last time we talked? We were both talking about how I wanted all of us to move back home to my parents' house. You couldn't have forgotten about all of that yet.
Wait, I do remember all of that. But we ended that conversation saying we didn't need to move back with them, right? There was the whole issue regarding you getting to work every day from their house?
And I've made sure to fix all of that myself.
Fix all of that? How were you able to do that?
Don't be so surprised by what I can do. I asked my company if they'd let me transfer to another office.
Transfer offices?
That's right. There's a smaller office closer to my parents' house, and that's where I asked them to move me to.
Why would you take all of that this far?
Shut it, Bailey! I told you that we were going to move in with my parents, and that's what I've been trying to do. Luckily, my higher-ups allowed me to transfer out of the main office, so starting tomorrow, I'll be working from that smaller office.
Wait! Why would you keep all of this from us? Something as important as that has been going on with you, and you were going to hide it from your son and I until the very last minute? What about your parents? I'm sure your mom is shocked to hear about what you've done, right?
Don't worry about it. I made sure to let my mom and dad know this was happening way before I told you.
You're kidding, right? So it was just your own family that you were hiding all of that from?
That's right. I knew you'd be whining about it all the time, so I made sure to never tell you a thing.
I cannot believe this, Dominic. What the hell were you thinking? Why would you do something like that to us?
You guys are both very important to me. But you're not my family. You're both my subordinates. I am the one that has been supporting the both of you with my income, right? So it's only fair I view the both of you as below me.
What the hell?
Now, as for right now, you head home and start getting all of your things together, and then make your way over to my parents' house. And once you're moved in, I want you to start learning about all the chores you're going to be taking on from my mom. Do you understand that? I am not going to let you start cooking crappy food for everyone in my parents' home.
The fact that we have to move now? Well, there's no other choice, I guess. You already transferred to another office, so you have to be closer to it in order to commute now.
That's right. And that's why you need to get your butt moving.
But having to live with your mom and dad is a bit...
What? Are you trying to tell me you don't want to come and live with my parents now?
That's not what I'm saying, but can't we at least move into our own place close to them? We can find an apartment close to their house to stay at. That way, whenever your parents do need help, we'll be right there. Is that a bad choice to you?
You already know that's a bad choice. I want you to live back in my parents' house with them. There is no way I'd choose to move it to any other place but their house. Now quit your yapping and hurry it up with the packing you need to get done.
Hey, wait! Jace, are you doing all right now?
I am. Why do you ask?
Well, actually, it looks like we're going to have to move out of the house.
What? Why do we have to move all of a sudden?
Well, your dad, he chose to change locations for work without ever asking either one of us if it'd be okay first. And because of that, he wants us moving in with Grandpa and Grandma now.
I knew it. Dad is always so selfish when it comes to things regarding the whole family.
I'm so sorry about this.
You don't have to apologize to me for what he's been doing. You're just as much a victim as I am right now, and I feel bad seeing you say things like that to me.
No, you don't have to worry about me. I've gotten kind of used to your dad and how much he loves to make the choices in the house. But this time, he really took things a bit too far.
Having to move in with Grandpa and Grandma now. I guess Dad has no idea that I'm not going to be able to live in a house like theirs, right?
I guess he doesn't remember anything from what happened way back then.
I know he doesn't remember a single thing from it. That guy doesn't give a crap about either you or I, Mom, and it's far too easy to tell him that.
I tried to ask him if it'd be all right for us to move into a place close to Grandpa and Grandma's.
I'm sure he said no to that, right?
Yeah.
Would it be impossible for just you and I to continue living in this house while he moves back to their house?
I think so. The person paying for the rent of this apartment has always been your dad.
I see. What am I going to do here?
Calm down a bit.
Huh?
I'll make sure nothing happens to you, all right?
But we have no other choice but to move into that house with everyone else, right?
Don't worry about that. For the time being, let's both you and I just get all the packing taken care of before we make the move.
Hey, how's it all going? Have you been making good progress? Getting everything packed and ready to go?
Hey, listen, there are a lot of things packed up, so it's been a bit difficult moving everything. Where are you at right now? I'd really like it if you came here and helped us out.
Are you freaking kidding me? You know dang well that every day I have to be at work making money for us. Unlike you, I'm actually out here working my butt off instead of just moping around the house.
You do understand that I'm always getting all the chores done in the house, right? I have never once had the time to just mope around all day.
Anybody can do chores, Bailey. Hell, even I could, if I really wanted. So stop trying to make yourself look all strong and powerful by saying you do a little cleaning.
Then I'm going to have to be the one to work with the moving people and make sure all the paperwork is filled out so that they can take our things to the right address, right?
Of course. Stop talking about all of that like you wouldn't be the one dealing with it. You really are such an idiot. And let me just say this right now. Even if getting everything ready to go is difficult for you, don't you dare slack off from the rest of your chores. When I get back home, dinner better be ready for me still. And the bath better be hot and ready for me as well.
But I don't have the time to get to all of that. Can we just have takeout for dinner tonight?
Are you kidding? If you're not even able to get the chores and cooking done for me, then you have literally no use to me anymore. Now quit with all that jabber and do as I tell you.
I knew it. So that's the way you think of me, as your wife.
What was that? Do you have something else you want to complain about now?
No, nothing really.
Then you listen to what I've said and do it.
Understood. I'll do everything to the best of my ability.
Get it all taken care of, you moron.
Where are you right now, Dominic?
Why are you asking me something like that right now?
Well, it's the day you planned for us to all move, yet I haven't been able to find you anywhere.
I'm sure that's the case for you. Because I've already gone to my parents' house, and am here with them right now.
What? You already went there by yourself and never told either myself or Jace?
That's right. And what's your problem with that?
Well, the moving truck is on its way over right now, so I was expecting that you'd be here to help load the things onto it.
Why should I have to be the one to do all of that physical work for you? You and those movers take care of it all yourselves.
Is that what you want? So you really don't plan on doing anything to help us out, do you?
I'm not doing anything. I don't need to be doing it all. And by the way, do you remember what you have to do once you've moved in here with us?
What?
You need to clean. I want you to clean up all of my parents' house.
You want me to clean up that massive house all by myself the moment we get moved in?
Well, of course I do. Who the hell else would be taking care of all that?
Well, hasn't your mom been the one keeping up with all of that while you and I have been living here?
And I told you already that she's too old now to have to be doing all of that. Cleaning is getting pretty hard on her body. So the only person that can do all of that cleaning in her place is you. So you're going to clean.
So what you're saying is that I've pretty much got to do everything for everyone now.
That's exactly right. Besides cleaning and cooking, there's no other use for you.
Is that how you really feel about me?
Huh? What's wrong with me thinking that about you?
Nothing. I just wanted to make sure that was the case. Now, I have to work on getting us moved out of this house. See you later.
Hey, how much longer do you plan on keeping me waiting?
What are you going on about?
It's already past 2 p.m. now. It's way past the time that all of our things should be arriving at my parents' house.
Oh, is that so? I don't happen to be one of the movers, so I'm not sure about any of that.
Bailey, where are you right now?
I'm at the house.
Huh? It's been 4 hours now, and you're still over at that old house? What the hell are you thinking? I really can't use you for anything, can I?
What are you so confused about, Dominic? I'm not talking about that old place. I'm talking about this new house that I've moved into.
A new house? What are you even going on about, Bailey? Have you lost your mind now or something?
No, I'm 100% here and in the present. Both myself and Jace have moved into a new house. All of our things have already arrived at this new house for us, and we've already begun unpacking everything. Why is it taking you so long to get over here?
Whoa, wait a dang second! Have you actually moved into a new house without ever getting my permission?
I have.
What the hell is going on here? I never heard a thing about this from either of you.
I could have sworn I said something to you about it, though. I said I preferred us moving into an apartment close by to your parents' house.
And I told you no to that option.
And I told you no to living in that house with your parents. Yet you continued to think that we would all just move into there anyway with them. So if that's how things were going to be, then it shouldn't be a problem that I got myself this apartment and moved into here without taking your veto into consideration.
No. But you never mentioned anything to me yesterday about how you'd be moving into that new apartment.
I know. And that's because I didn't have any plans of telling you. I've already gone ahead and found an apartment that we can live in month to month without having to sign a yearly contract.
You stop all of that! Do you think I'm just going to let you and Jace live in that place instead of coming here?
I don't need you to let us do anything, Dominic. Jace and I discussed all of this and decided on moving into here. So don't try and tell us we can't live here.
Then what about the things that should be moved into this house?
Go ahead and handle all your things yourself.
What? Are you being serious right now?
Well, of course I'm being serious. I've had enough of these games with you, so the only things I'll be saying now are very serious.
Crap! Just a second ago, my things came for me.
Well, isn't that wonderful for you? I suppose the movers were just caught up in traffic or something like that?
I'm not worried about that anymore, though. So you're not kidding about wanting for the two of us to live in completely different places now, then?
I was saying that just a little bit ago.
So you're really not going to listen to anything I've been saying?
And so what?
Do you have no idea what you've done to us by doing all of that?
Are you going to start whining about how what I've done is the cause of all our problems? If you're going to start pulling that, then I'll take action myself.
No. I'm not trying to fight you on anything right now.
Then what do you want to tell me?
I'm just trying to say that the reason I chose to have us move back in with my parents is for all of our sakes. I want you to understand that, Bailey!
For all our sakes? You mean just for your parents' sake, right? I mean, you were telling me about how Jace and I aren't even family to you.
You have it all wrong. I made this choice thinking about the both of you.
Stop it with the lies, all right? If you were thinking about us, then why did you never actually come to us and discuss what you wanted?
And I know now that I was wrong for doing that. But come on, just think about it a little. If you guys come back and live with my parents and I, then we'll never have to pay rent. To us, this is a huge plus, and it'll really help us all out.
You must have a really messed up head there. You would make all the effort to change offices and everything just so that we didn't have to pay rent anymore? It's not even like you were having any trouble paying the rent with your income, Dominic.
But this was also about saving up money for Jace's future and all that.
What is he going to do about school? If he moves back into that house with you and your parents, then he's not going to be able to make it to his high school every day. Are you going to ask him to change schools and leave all his friends?
Well, about that, yeah.
Wow, so you haven't been thinking about us.
What has Jace had to say about all of this? Has he been saying he hasn't wanted to move in with his grandparents?
You think he'd actually want to move at his age?
No, I know for a fact that you're just manipulating him into thinking and saying that he doesn't want to move here.
If that's what you think, then why not ask him yourself what he thinks?
I will then. I will. Jace, let's have a little talk.
What do you want? I'm really busy right now.
You, right now,
you're with Mom at the new apartment, right? Yeah, that's right. Is that really what you want for yourself? What are you trying to get at here, Dad? For a long time now, you've never been the one to speak for yourself, right? I'm trying to see if you're just being forced to do as your mom has told you right now. What? Well, I mean, you've always loved your grandma, and you should want to live with her, right? She has really been looking forward to you moving in with her. So what do you think? Alright? Go ahead and tell me how you really feel right now, Jace. I won't bite back. You can tell me everything, and your dad will be all ears. Are you sure you want to hear everything? Of course I'm sure. Well then, here I go with the truth. I would like to live in this new apartment with Mom, and only Mom. Jace, you really don't have to worry about what Mom is making you say and think. I don't have to worry? I haven't been worrying about that though, Dad. Actually, I'm so happy to finally be living in a house away from you.
What's happened to you, Jace? You were never the kind of kid who would say something like that to his dad.
And what exactly do you know about the real me? That's right. You don't know a single thing about the person I am.
I sure do know things about you. And when I chose to have us all move back in with your grandparents, I did so thinking of you.
Really? So it was for me then, was it?
Of course it was. To me, you are the most important part of this family.
Then, do you remember what happened to me the last time I went to that house and stayed with Grandpa and Grandma?
What are you talking about?
You don't remember. I had to be taken away from there in an ambulance and spent some time in the hospital.
Now that you mention it, I do remember something like that.
No, you don't. You don't remember a thing about what happened to me.
But I'm sure the only reason you had to go to the hospital from their house is because you became sick, right?
Nope. For some reason I had an allergic reaction, and it became really hard for me to breathe.
An allergic reaction?
Did you know that I'm allergic to mites? When I was last over at their place, the carpet and bedding was filled with them, all crawling around. And that's why I had such a bad allergic reaction. So ever since that day, I have not been able to go back to Grandpa and Grandma's house. But of course, you wouldn't know anything about that, because you never cared about me.
I do remember that though.
You do? And yet you've been trying so hard to have me move into that house and live there? What is that all about? Are you trying to show me how much you hate me or something?
No, not at all. You have that totally wrong, Jace.
I've had enough of this, Dad. I have things I need to take care of now. Don't bother ever trying to talk to me again, okay?
How was it? Were you able to get him to listen to what you were trying to say?
Who cares about that kid? It's all because of you and your rude character that brat has turned into a real pain in the butt.
Hey, don't you dare talk about my son that way. That kid is a very kind and affectionate young man who I happen to love very much.
What about him is kind? That stupid brat.
All right, then. I can see there is no getting anywhere with you anymore, Dominic.
Do you really plan for just the two of you to live over there in that new apartment from now on?
Yes, that's the plan.
Well, I'm not going to help you pay for anything then. And when you come back crying to me later, I'm not going to give you crap.
I will never come crying to you about anything.
Well then, what are you going to do? How are you going to be able to feed the brat when you don't make any money?
Do you really still believe that I'm not making any money?
Huh? What are you talking about? There's no way you've been making any money when you've been staying at home the whole time I've been married to you.
Well, I'll have you know that ever since college, I've been running my own blog online.
What are you talking about?
On there, I've been showing everyone the kinds of clothing I like to wear and the kinds of cosmetics that work for me. And a few years ago, I started to gather a pretty large following, and because of that, I became affiliated in some things. So as of right now, I've had plenty of sponsors.
You've had sponsors? Hey, you explain to me right now what the hell you're talking about.
As of right now, I have been running an online store where I sell the kinds of clothing and cosmetic brands that I'm sponsored by. And that's the way I've been bringing in money of my own.
You have your own shop? You?
I do. And I'm making way more from the sponsors that I have than you are with your current job. But I knew saying something about my current work would destroy the pride you've had, so I've kept it all a secret from you.
You're lying about all that.
I'm sure you won't believe what I'm telling you right now, but this is all the truth. So there is no reason for me to rely on you for money anymore. If anything, Jace and I are going to be living far better off now than you.
So, you're being serious then?
Yes, I sure am. So you can go ahead and stop worrying about either one of us here and put all your time into caring for your parents.
I get it now. I give up. I can see now that everything that's happened here is because of me. But please, don't forget that I made all these decisions while thinking about you two.
How the hell does changing work locations and moving out of the house without ever talking to us about it make me believe you were thinking of us?
At the very least, I was thinking about Jace when I made these choices.
Even after what had happened to him while he stayed at your parents' house before? You want me to believe him living with them again was for his sake? You're joking, right?
That allergy that he was talking about was all in his head. By now, he should be well enough to come live here.
Unbelievable. You think that his allergy is all in his head? Shut the hell up, Dominic. The only reason you're even able to say something as cruel as that about him is because you've never understood just how little you've cared about your own dang son.
No, I do care about him.
No, you don't. Back when he had to be rushed to the hospital, you never even came to see him. You told me it was a pain to have to leave work to go see your own son, as he was suffering an allergic reaction.
I only said that because I thought you were just going to throw a fit or something at the hospital.
Bullcrap. I had every reason to be worked up over our son, because he could have died that day.
And anyway, I'm not going to allow my family to live in two separate houses.
Then what are you going to do?
I'm going to bring my parents and I to that apartment to live with you guys. Then there shouldn't be any problems, right?
No way. I am not okay having 5 people living in this apartment.
Then let's move to a place where all 5 of us can live there.
We are all family, right? And as a family, we have to stick together at all times.
And I believe the exact same thing when it comes to family.
Perfect! Then can you please tell me the address of your apartment?
No thanks.
Why the hell not?
Because you aren't family to me. I have no reason to be telling a stranger where my son and I are living.
Huh? What are you going on about now, Bailey? Did you just say I'm a stranger to you?
I'm sure if I don't tell you straight, you'll never be able to understand what I mean. I'm going to divorce you. I'll make sure to have all the papers and everything sent to your parents' house later. I'd like you to take those documents and go to the courthouse to hand them in once you've filled them out.
Whoa, wait a minute, please. What the hell is this about? A divorce? This is way different from what we're normally talking about.
Oh, I don't think so. You continue to do things only for yourself, and that's gone and killed any of the love I had left for you. And that's why I want a divorce now. None of this is any different from what's been going on already.
Just calm down, alright? Jace is still in high school, Bailey. Do you have any idea how he might feel when he finds out his mom wants a divorce?
I'm sorry, but Jace has already agreed with me divorcing you.
Liar! There's no way he'd be alright with something like that.
Unfortunately for you, though, he told me straight to my face that he's happy that I want to leave you. Well, once you've calmed down a bit, perhaps you can go ask him about that yourself. I'm sure he's going to tell you the exact same thing I'm saying now.
No way.
Also, I'm going to be getting a settlement from you in the divorce.
A settlement? What makes you think you can do that? When you're the only one wanting this divorce in the first place? I am never going to let you get any money from me.
It's not about you letting me get any or not. It's about what the court is going to say. Do you have any idea about any of the things you've done to me while we've been married? You have shown more than once that you feel as though you have all the power in the family and that you can abuse it to get whatever you want from me. That is more than enough to allow me to get a settlement from you.
I haven't been trying to harass you or anything, though.
Then go and take a look at all the texts you've sent me before. I think after taking a read through everything, you'll have a better idea of what you've been trying to do to me. Then I won't have to explain anything to you about it, right?
But there's no way.
Now I'm going to get myself a lawyer to talk to, and after today, you can talk with them if you have anything else to say to me. I don't want you to ever contact me directly again.
Hey, wait! Can you at least listen to one last thing from me?
No, thank you. If you have anything else to say to me, then talk with my lawyer about it. I made sure to tell him everything. I think he and I will be getting the divorce really soon.
I see. That's great to hear.
It sure is great. I feel so much better now having said everything.
I'm sorry about all you've had to go through with him.
What? Oh, why are you apologizing to me for that?
The only reason you've been having to deal with that guy for so long is in order to protect me, right? I've always been a kid to you, and that's why you put up with this crap, right?
Well, you are right about that, but...
That's why I'm apologizing to you for that. Also, thank you. From now on, I'm going to be the one supporting and protecting you, okay?
You're an idiot. You really don't have to think about me that much. I just want you to be around me, and that's enough to make me happy and show me you care. In the end, I was able to get the divorce from Dominic with no issues. And after everything was over between us, he started to have some real troubles with his money. Had he just had to pay for the settlement and the last few years of child support, he would have been just fine. But that didn't seem to be all that he had to deal with. Right after the divorce, his dad ended up having a stroke and passed out in their house. After that, he was left paralyzed on his whole left side and required a lot of Dominic's time to be taken care of. Dominic was left having to pay for both his dad to be treated for the stroke and the care he'd need to receive afterwards. With everything put together, he really had no room to pay for himself or anything else in his life, requiring him to take out some loans. In order to try making more money again, he asked his higher-ups to let him move back to the main office. But this time, they weren't so kind towards his request. As of right now, Dominic is really regretting ever asking his bosses to move him to the office closer to his parents, and I'm sure those regrets will never stop.
Hey, Annie, why are you still living in my house? The nerve you must have to still be in a house that was never even yours, right? You're also living there with your mom, allowing her to take up space. Are you an idiot? You don't think that what you're doing is mean to Ian?
What? Is that you, Noah? What are you talking about right now? What do you mean by this house being your house?
You can't be serious right now, right? Who do you think the house you are living in right now belongs to? That house is my little brother's house. You went and brought your mother into that house and both began to squat there. Aren't you aware that you are trespassing on his property right now? I could call the police right now if I wanted to.
Huh? I'm not really sure what you're going on about right now. This house was my late husband's house, your younger brother's house. But after he had passed away, I was given it and am now living here with my mom. It was too big for me to live in alone, so I thought it would be kind of me to have her move in as well. Do you have a problem with me doing that?
That house is brand new, right?
It is. It is, in fact, brand new. And what are you trying to say about that?
There is a widow and her old mother living in a brand new house right now. Isn't that pretty dang funny to you? even though that house is supposed to be mine.
I really don't get how this is funny to you or how this house is supposed to be yours. I'm pretty sure that this place is not your house. I was the only one on Ian's will when he passed away, making me his legal heir, and the lawyer even said that I'd be the one owning the house. Hence why my name is on it now.
What? Are you using all those difficult words to try and threaten me?
I don't get how any of those words were difficult for you to understand. And no, I was not trying to threaten you. I'm just trying to give you the facts as for why this place is now mine and I'm legally allowed to live here.
The only truth here is that you went and took over my little brother's house. The funeral is well over with now. So could you please get out of there now?
What? Are you really asking for my mom and I to leave our house now?
I sure am. Ian is no longer around to have that house. And that now means that you have no right to live in that house anymore. Inside my head, all I'm wondering is why you think you can still squat there. So would you please hurry up and leave my house? If you guys don't, then we won't be able to move into there, right?
What? Does that mean you want to move into this house? With your whole entire family?
That's what I've been trying to say here. Ian would be much more happy with us living there now. So please, get the heck out of there now because I'm moving in with my family.
What? Does this mean that your husband is okay with the choice you're making?
Huh? Well, of course he's okay with us moving into that house. Anyone would love to move houses when they are being given a brand new house to move into, right? Especially since it's a house my little brother went and built. That means I have the right to live there now.
But...
No buts. I'm tired of listening to all your excuses about the will said this and how the lawyer said that. I want you out of that house right now. And make sure you take that old hag of a mother with you.
The fact that you'd say that about my mom makes you a real dick. Please be more careful of how you say things to others.
I don't care. Now get out of the house. I want you out of there by tomorrow. We want to move in there as soon as possible. And as far as the talks have gone, we'll be moving into that house next week. So you need to get lost, all right? You unpleasant to look at mother-daughter couple.
I'll talk with my mom about this. Mom, right now Ian's older sister is saying that she wants to live in this house. I know that us having to move out of here suddenly would be really difficult on you, so what should we do here?
Annie, what are you talking about? There has never been a better chance, right?
I should have known you'd think the same thing, Mom. But it doesn't seem like she really understands the state of things regarding the house and all that.
That older sister of Ian's? Nora, is it? I've always had a really bad feeling about the way she acts towards others. And from what I've seen and heard, she tends to treat you the worst, right? I don't think you need to waste your time worrying about trash like her, all right?
You've heard a lot about what happened before then, huh? You're right, though, about her and the fact that she's really put herself on my evil list.
Then, who really cares what happens to her? If she's wanting to take this house off our hands, go ahead and let her have it for all I care. You never really wanted to live in a place like this from the start, right?
Well, that is very true. But, Mom, you moved into this house for me after Ian passed away. Having to move once again is to be hard on you, right? I feel bad about it.
When it comes to that, don't worry about me one bit. Actually, I've been expecting something like this to happen for a while now.
What? You've been expecting this to happen? What do you mean?
In other words, I have a plan for what we're going to do now once we move out of here. Everything is going to be all right, I promise. So go ahead and hand this place over to Nora, and let's go.
All right, I'll do it then. I can't wait to see what you've had up your sleeve. Nora, I just went and chatted with my mom about this. we have decided to move out of this house for you.
Of course you decided to do that. That was the only option you both ever had to begin with.
But are you really okay with taking this house and everything?
Huh? Why would you say it like that?
I'm wanting to make sure you're okay with having your name on this house now. When that happens, you and the house will have nothing to do with my mom and I anymore, right? Will you be okay with something like that? I mean, Ian is gone now. Honestly, that means that once we're moved out of here, you'll be nothing more than a stranger to us again. So please, leave us alone after the move. I don't really want to see or hear from you again.
I knew you'd find a way to be freaking rude about this. But don't worry your little socks off, because I completely agree with what you want and will leave you alone after. I never want to see your sad excuse for a face again, so of course I'm not going to talk or see you anymore.
That's what I expected you to say. Then it's a deal.
You have always been such a freaking weirdo, you.
A weirdo? Why's that?
Well, let me tell you why. You've been living in a house that isn't even yours anymore, along with your old mother. Why?
Well, there were a lot of things that went into it, and after Ian passed, the house was given to me and my name was placed on it.
I don't want to listen to your dang excuses anymore.
Then why did you...
I can't believe you do something so audacious as living in that house after my brother died and his funeral was over with. That's the house my little brother had built, so it's mine. Now get the hell out of there, you dirty parasites.
All right, we're going then.
I want you out of there by the end of today.
By the end of today will be a little hard for us to manage, but we'll make sure to be gone before next week. I have to make sure that things like the house itself are transferred to you before I go. You are fine with your name being on the house and all of the legal documents being filled out correctly, right? If I were to leave the house now and do all the paperwork for it later, that would take more time and be a pain in the butt for the both of us. You don't want things to be a pain in the butt for you, right?
Well, now that you mention it, I'd really hate that. All right then, I'll give you a few days to get yourselves out of there. But the moment the house has been placed under my name, I want you guys gone. Don't even think about squatting in that house a day longer than I'm allowing.
Neither my mom or I plan on doing that, so please calm down. Once everything's been taken care of, we'll be out of here and out of your hair. I want you guys to be able to move into this house as soon as possible.
I don't really like the way you said that to me. But it doesn't matter. Hurry up and change the name on that house, and then get the heck out, you trespassers.
Understood. Now, please, wait for me to finish up all the paperwork.
Answer your dang phone already. Why do you keep ignoring me like you don't know who this is? I have been calling you over and over and over, so you'll answer.
I have nothing to talk with you about over the phone, and that's why I've been ignoring you. Do you need something from me?
Of course I have something I need from you. Why else would I have spent so much time calling you like that? Well, who cares? At least you're finally going to talk to me. I had a look at all the paperwork referring to the loan on this house, all right?
You did? Just now?
Moving into this place took a lot longer than I was planning, and we were busy. So what the heck is up with this number? What kind of joke is this supposed to be?
What kind of a joke? There is no joke, okay?
Then how do you explain the price of this loan being so gosh dang high for this house? There's no way a house like this could have cost so much. Who the heck would even be able to pay off that much of the loan each and every month? What kind of BS is this? I'm being harassed right now, aren't I?
Nothing about that loan and that number are there to harass you. I made sure when handing over the house to you that you got all the paperwork on everything regarding it. But you never read any of those papers before signing, so all of that is on you now. I mean, you'd been wanting a brand new house forever, but your husband was never able to give you one, right? With that company he only just got started and hasn't really made any money with yet, there was no way for him to get a mortgage, and so you chose the hard way of doing things, right? Forcing my mom and I to leave the brand new house of your deceased little brother, and that's what ended up happening. You have the house that you've been wanting now, right? Why aren't you more happy about that? That's a brand new house for all of you.
But what I'm saying is that I cannot pay off a loan of this caliber. This has to be some kind of screwed up joke that you're pulling on me right now, right?
Nothing about you taking that house from me was a joke, Nora. And that number is the cost of having a brand new house built in this day and age. That's actually why both my mom and I are thankful for what you'd done.
Thankful for what I've done? What do you mean by that?
To be honest, I was never going to be able to pay off that whole mortgage all by myself after Ian passed away. I had to ask for my mom to step in and help me out with it. My dad, who's also gone now, happened to have a lot of money he left with my mom.
What?
But because Ian went and got that massive loan or whatever without talking to me first, my mom and I had to suffer in order to try paying it off. It's not like we could have said no to the lawyer when he told me to take the house. And when we tried selling the house, we were told we had to have a portion of the mortgage paid off before doing so, or else we'd be penalized. It just wouldn't have been worth it to sell. So as a last resort, my mom sold her house and moved into that one to live with me.
What the heck? I never heard anything about that story before.
I know. You never asked me about it before, so I never had a reason to tell you.
Wait. Even if I didn't ask, the normal thing to do was tell me about it. Now you've left me in this massive pile of trouble. So what you're saying is you had your mother helping you pay for this place?
Well, to put it simply, that's right. And when Ian was still around, she was helping us with the money. Ian really sucked at controlling his spending and would burn through money on the most ridiculous things sometimes. He really caused some trouble for my mom back then.
What? I assumed that Ian had saved up a lot of money, and that's how he was able to afford such a loan and get a brand new house. That is completely different from what I thought.
And whatever you were assuming really isn't my problem now, is it? You can go about thinking whatever you want to and assuming what you want to, but it does not change the fact that you and I were never that close. You never wanted to be close, and that's totally fine with me now. Which is kind of why I never told you anything about your brother, because we were simply not close.
I mean, I guess it makes some sense. But come on, this amount of money on a house like this is insane. Had you at least warned me before this?
And that is the reason why I let you have all the paperwork to the house to read through before signing, right? The fact that you did not choose to read over everything carefully is your own fault. Talking to a complete stranger about your problems is kind of rude, right? If you have anything else to complain about, go to Ian's grave and complain to him there. The only downside is he won't have anything to say back to you.
My little brother only just died a few months ago, and I'm still having to deal with that sadness. Yet this has to happen to me now? This is all screwed up big time. Having to pay this kind of money for months to come, it's...
I hope you're not about to ask me to start paying off that loan from you right now. I already was forced to endure the pain of having been cheated on him before and will not be forced to bear any more. Sure, I would have had to before when I was living there, but then you came along after his funeral and started talking crap to me. Talking crap about my mom as well and asking for us to give you our house. I was really happy when you did that because I wouldn't have to deal with any more of Ian's BS anymore. Finally. So when it comes to that loan being too much for you to handle, don't come back to me complaining. You passed grade school and learned how to read, so start blaming yourself for not doing something basic and take that loan like a punch to the face.
This is my fault. I'm sure that it partially is, but I really cannot pay all of this off, so would you be able to step in for me?
Tell me, Nora, have you always been completely brain dead?
But I cannot pay this kind of money right now. And I can't go telling my husband about this. This number. I don't want to know what he'd have to say to me if I told him.
Well, he's going to have to learn about it eventually, right? This was the outcome of the choices you made, so deal with it, please, like all of us adults do. And cut it out with that petty crap of asking me to pay now. Not happening. You know now that my mom and I are strangers to all of your problems, right?
But you were able to pay for last month's bills, right? If we were even able to pay for a month in this place, we'd go under. You don't think that you could do me a favor here?
Nora, that is the most bullcrap favor I have been ever asked to do. Both my mom and I do not care about your problems. You were the one that wanted that house and allowed for your name to be put on it, right? You guys figure out how to pay for it yourselves, please.
Annie, you were once Ian's wife, right? Do you not feel anything for Ian's older sister now?
Oh, so now you want to talk about this, do you? Those feelings of being in-laws were flushed down the toilet years ago, by you, as a matter of fact. That is why you messaging me like this needs to come to an end. It's a waste of your time and a waste of mine. Figure something out yourself, please. That right there is the fruit of all your hard labor.
Annie, are things all right with you? I'm sure she was just in shock over the cost of having to pay off that mortgage, right?
She was, because she only learned about that today. And I'm shocked that it's been weeks now since then, and she only just got around to learning just how much a brand new house costs.
Well, considering what she was asking for, you would have thought she would have read into what came with that house sooner. I bet her husband is just as shocked as she is now, right?
From what she said, she hasn't even told her husband yet. She just came to me to ask that you and I pay off the loan.
Well, the name on that house is hers now, so there is no reason for us to get involved with that anymore. You made the right choice getting a lawyer involved when you did. They were able to help us cut all ties to that house, and now we're free from it.
Yeah, but that was partially due to you too, Mom. I never knew that you had been renting out your house that whole time instead of selling it. That allowed you to move into my place with me for a bit without having to throw away some of your things, and you were making a passive income off of it. You really are a smart woman, Mom.
I was doing that because although the mortgage for Ian's house was large, I didn't need as much money to support the both of you right away. I really did think about selling the house at first, but considering I have a lot of memories with your father in that house, renting out the house would get me the money you needed, while also allowing me to keep the place while a good family lived there. And since the house is in a good location, I have never had a day where there wasn't someone wanting to rent for a week or two.
Thankfully, because of that, we had the money to move into a new apartment that won't bleed us dry of all our money now. You have to be thankful for that, right?
I never ever thought that your father was going to die so soon, and that soon after your husband would follow. At least you and I are able to live together now, and can rely on one another for the love and care we need. Just make sure to ask me for whatever you need, okay?
As long as you and I are together, I won't need to ask anything more from you, Mom. Having you around keeps my life from becoming dark and lonely. Also, before Ian passed away, I was actually considering divorcing the man.
I should have known that. I guess I kinda did, but was a little bit worried about getting carried away with my thoughts.
Wait, you were thinking the same thing? I guess I really can't hide much from you, can I?
I've been your parent for over 30 years now, so of course I'd be able to tell what's going on with you and your husband. But I just never wanted to truly accept that you'd get divorced. And speaking of that divorce, you never were able to go through with it because of his early passing, right? I'm still a bit worried about how you're feeling now because of that.
Sorry for making you worry, Mom, but thank you. Because of you, I'd been trying my hardest to get through all of this. In return for that, I'm going to work even harder at my job and bring in enough money to be able to support you.
I don't need you doing that for me. I just want you to focus on your own life, please. You're only in your 30s after all. You are still far too young to be throwing your life away for someone else's. Do whatever you want to do with your life, okay?
All right, I can do that. I won't start focusing on my own life completely just yet, but soon after I've gotten used to putting a lot more time into my career, I'll get to it. Honestly, I'm just so relieved right now to have that massive burden of a house mortgage off my back. I like to think that was more than enough luck for me.
Very true. You really came out on top this time for sure.
Thank you, Mom. Mom, I'm serious when I say that I really appreciate you. You just keep on being rude, Nora. What is it that you want to tell me this time? I don't think you should have any need for me anymore, but...
Annie, I am so sorry for all the things I've done to you up until now. I'm asking you to please rethink our relationship with one another.
Come on. Rethink our relationship with one another? What are you going on about right now? You and I should not be talking to one another anymore now, right? So what has happened to you this time?
My husband left me. He told me he can't afford this place before he left. I knew he was going to be pissed off when I told him. He told me that the only reason he moved into this place is because I told him I got it for cheap. And now he's so pissed at me that he won't even answer my calls anymore. What should I be doing now?
Ugh, I think what your husband did was the right choice. And bringing all of that up with me is a waste of the both of our time now.
I've learned my lesson. I was thinking a lot about why I said all of those things to you before that were so mean and unreasonable. And that's why now I want you to come back here and live with me. Of course your mom can come along with you. You and I were family, right?
I have never lived with you before in my life, and I have no plans of ever doing that. We're not even family anymore as far as I'm aware. Is there any reason at all as for why you're texting me all of that right now?
No way. You've just cut me out that easily? Don't you feel mean for doing that?
I'm just telling you the truth. I think it's a very good thing that you finally learned your lesson, though. You were supposed to learn your lesson after something like that, after all. But you now trying to wrap me back into your problems is really troubling for me. I already had to deal with being stabbed in the back by your little brother and then having to clean up his mess after he left this world, making me more like his housekeeper than his wife. If you don't want to do the same things he did to me, then as an older sister, you need to clean up your act and leave me alone. You're not wrong when you say that that house was built by Ian.
Annie! You are right. But what am I going to do from now on? I've already been abandoned by both of my parents.
You are still pretty young yourself, so find a way to turn that life of yours around. But don't waste your time trying to get me back. Use it to change yourself in the best way possible so that you still have a chance at a better life. Your best option is to sell that house entirely, pay the penalty, and then use whatever money you have left to start over. Well, that's if you have the money to pay that penalty, of course. Just do your best to figure something out. I'm in the same place you are right now, and I'm giving my all to turn things around.
Annie, I am really embarrassed right now. I am really sorry for all the things I've done.
Stop it with those apologies, please. Let's you and I do our best. You and I are both still young, and I believe that we can make new lives for ourselves after everything that's happened. Goodbye forever now, Nora. After that, I started to head back to work a lot more often again, and after a few months of really putting in some good effort, I received a promotion and was able to start making some real money. With that, I would have to be working a lot more every week, but had enough money now where I could support my mom financially and allow for us to no longer have to rent out my mom's house. She would stop putting the place up for rent, and once we felt we had the time to, we started to prepare all the things in our apartment for the move back into that house, so my mom could be back with all her memories of my dad. Luckily, her house is closer to my workplace, so it's really a win-win for the both of us, and I really look forward to what new memories the both of us will be able to make here. I'm not sure what really happened with Nora after that day, but I never got any more calls or texts from her, and after seeing that the house she was in went up for sale, I could see that she too was trying her hardest. I'm going to assume that means she's gone out to find herself a job as well and is working towards getting a new place of her own to live in after that house is sold. I never really heard anything about what happened with her husband, though, after he walked out on her. But the way I think things would have gone, the man probably divorced her. Ian always made it sound like he was a pretty stingy and strict man when it came to Nora, so I'm sure that having been lured into moving into a house that was not anywhere close to cheap, any trust that he had in Nora was lost right then and there. I'm sure that losing him is going to really hurt her quite a lot. But it is a good learning point for her, and considering that she's still in her 30s as well, she'll have a chance of finding a new man and starting a new family with him. As for the relationship between her and I, or lack thereof, we should never have to see or talk to one another again, but I do think that the both of us will start having better lives now after what's happened. I just hope she wasn't lying when she said she learned her lesson, because that really was her last chance to turn everything around.
Ria, I have something important to discuss with you. What is it? It's important. What time are you coming home tonight? I'm out now, so I don't think I'll be home until very late. Can we speak tomorrow? Where are you and what are you doing? I'd like you to come home as soon as possible so that we can talk. It's really important that we talk tonight. But I told you I'm out. Can't this wait? Or better yet, can you speak to Kevin about it? By the way, are you at the house right now? I am. I'll be waiting for you at my parents' house. I want you to come home as soon as possible. Where's Kevin today? He's still at work and hasn't come home yet. Where are you now? Do I have to tell you that? I don't think that's something that I need to share with you. Where you go is not my business, but if it's not that important, I'd like you to prioritize family today. I'd like you to come home right away. What's going on? If it's so urgent, can't you just tell me now? Fine, I'll ask you over chat. What did you do with my father's bank book? Huh? What bank book are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about, right? The fact that you're lying about it means that you're guilty. I was shocked to find out what you did, and used all of his money without asking for permission. I have no idea what you're talking about. You're being ludicrous. Can you ask Kevin about it? Don't involve Kevin. We know that you did it on your own. If you're not going to confess, we could just report it to the police. Is that a threat? Why are you making such a big deal about a lost bank book? Your father has gone senile and he probably lost his bank book. I'm sure of it. I'm sure he's not even looking for it. My father is not senile and he also suspects that you took his bank book from him. You don't know that he's senile because you don't live with him. He's very forgetful these days. The issue is not whether my father is forgetful or not. We found the missing bank book in your room. What? Well, if you found it, what's the problem? The room also belongs to Kevin. I'm not the only one that uses that room. How could you go into our room without permission? That's an invasion of privacy. You're the one committing a crime here, not me. You don't seem to get it. My father called me to say that his bank book was missing, and then I spoke to Kevin about it. So you already spoke to Kevin then? If you already got in touch with him, why get in touch with me too? Kevin gave me permission to go into your room. Well, I certainly didn't give you permission to go through my stuff. And I found the missing bank book in one of the drawers. You took the bank book that had the most money in it. And I saw that you had taken all the money out. What did you do with the money? Why are you asking me? I don't know. I'm sure that your father used the money for something and forgot about it. Either way, this has nothing to do with me. I see. If that's how you're going to play it. My father is clearly in distress because of what you did to him. You used up all the money that he had saved for his post-retirement. How many times do I have to tell you? It wasn't me. Don't blame me. You don't have any proof. You need to calm down. I think you're the one that needs to calm down. The way you write your chats isn't a style that is used by most people in their 30s. You need to grow up a little. My friends tell me that I sound young for my age. I'm sure that they're complimenting me. I don't think they're complimenting you. You committed a crime. Even if you're married to my brother, it's a crime if you take a family member's money without their consent. Why do you think I did it? It wasn't me. Who else could it be? This is serious. You committed a crime. I went to the bank with my father. They told us that a woman had come into the bank several times with my father's bank seal. and taken out money from the account. They showed me that person's signature and it was your name on the papers. Oh, so you know then. I didn't think the bank would show the signed papers to anyone. Don't they know what client confidentiality means? Well, the account belongs to my father, so I think he has every right to know who took money from his account. What did you use the money for? Why do I need to tell you that? Your father lives on his own, and it's not like he needed the money for anything. He doesn't have to provide for your mother anymore, and Kevin pays some money to your father as rent. So he won't miss any of the money that I spent. It's not like he can take the money with him when he dies. I was just helping him to make good use of his money. You're not making any sense to me. What I mean is there's no point in having all this money if you're not going to use it. Your father should be thanking me for using his money. I really don't understand your logic. It makes no sense to me. You committed a serious crime and I'm going to report it to the police. But this is a family matter. Why do you need to bring the police into this? I live under the same roof as your father, so his things are mine and my things are his. It's okay to share because we're family. The police won't take this seriously. Considering the amount that you stole, this is a big deal. I think that it makes sense to involve the police because my father never agreed to give you his money. I've already spoken to Kevin about this. Well, I'm sure that Kevin can pay back your father from his salary. It's not a big deal. I don't work, so I can't pay back the money even if I wanted to. Is this a joke to you? Do you think that this is funny? Like I said earlier, I only spent the money because your father had no use for it. I did him a favor. I'm sure that if your father understands where I'm coming from, he'd want to thank me. So you have no remorse for what you did. You stole money and you have the nerve to say that you did something good? You're unbelievable, you know that? You're not listening to me. I've been listening, but you're not making any sense. And my father tells me that you're always out and never at the house. If you don't work, what do you do all day? That's not something that I need to share with you. You don't help with the chores at all, so my father's been taking care of the house on his own. You don't even cook for my father or Kevin. They eat takeout every night. Do you even care about their health? Do I have to prepare the meals by myself? I buy their dinner and leave it on the table so they can eat it when they like. What's the problem here? I had no idea that you and your father were saying mean things about me behind my back. I'm very hurt. I know that you're at the casino right now. What? I know that you have a gambling addiction. Kevin told me about it, and he also told me that you promised that you'd stop gambling when you guys got engaged. Kevin believes that you've been keeping your promise to him, but if he knew that you were at the casino right now, what would he think of you? What casino are you at? Fine, I won't deny it. I'm at the casino. I didn't win any money today, so I'm taking a break and chatting with you. You're delusional. Kevin is also crazy for falling in love with you. You were his first serious girlfriend, so he didn't know any better. Kevin loves me for who I am. Kevin has agreed to take this matter to the police. I'm sure that Kevin will talk to you after he gets off work, but he wants to divorce you. So you should be prepared for that. Huh? A divorce? Kevin would never leave me. He loves me too much. I don't think that Kevin feels the same way. What? Kevin did love you very much, but when he found out that you stole his father's money, he was shocked to see the least. And if he finds out that you're still gambling, basically he married a liar. So you used our father's hard-earned money on gambling. It's unforgivable. Look, I haven't spoken to Kevin yet, and you're putting words in his mouth. I'm going to clear the air with Kevin when I see him later. You can say what you want, but I won't believe a word that comes out of your mouth. Right back at you. Yeah, whatever. You can make up all the excuses that you want, but I won't believe a word that you say to me. The only thing I ask is that you return the money that you stole and that you move out of the house. I never want to see your face again. I live there. You can't kick me out of my own house. We can't let you back into the house. You might steal something. I'm going to stay with my father and Kevin tonight, so if you want to try to come home, I won't let you in. Why don't you sleep outside, you ungrateful bitch? Rhea came home from the casino, but her sister-in-law Ariel wouldn't let her into the house. She was taken to the police station after Ariel called the police on her. Kevin apologized to his father for what his wife had done. After a family discussion, Kevin decided to divorce Rhea and report the stealing of his father's money to the police. Rhea didn't have a place to live, a job, or any savings, so she was desperate to get Kevin to forgive her and take her back. But Kevin no longer wanted anything to do with her and shut her out completely. It seems that a difficult future lies ahead for Rhea.